right, we're going to start with this hive. And I saw some bees coming in and out, so we'll see what it looks like. I'm trying not to get the shadow of the phone in my video as well. Oh yeah, we've got bees in this hive for sure. See them all. Okay. Yep, bees in that hive. And I'll show you guys here. I use this insulation, and you can see it's got, I hope you can see, it's got some condensation on it. So that's the biggest reason I put this in my hives in the winter. It helps disperse that condensation, and it pushes it down to the sides of the hive so that it doesn't end up on my cluster. So let's keep going. I'll get this one before I have to move. Got a lot of dead bees on the top of this insulation. Oh yeah, a lot of bees in that hive. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna bring you guys closer so you can see all the bees in that hive. So I'll just pull that back and you guys can see we got a lot of bees in there. It's a very healthy hive coming out of winter. It's exactly what I want to see. Perfect. Right. Oh yeah, we got bees again. They're not real happy with me. They got their little booties up in the air. Perfect. Got a feel of this hive. Oh, I've got the rock off of it. Yeah. So this is called hefting. So I'm lifting up the hive from the back just to feel how heavy the whole hive is. It's a really good gauge to decide if you need to feed any hives as we get closer to the end of winter. So that end of winter time frame is really tough on bees, and coming into March is when we really want to keep a super close check. Oh yeah, we've got bees there too. Not quite as many in that hive, but still looks really good. It's easy for a colony to starve in March. They're a little light. It's easy for a colony to starve in March because there's not anything really that's out there as far as pollen and as far as nectar goes for them to eat, but they've got a lot of pretty days, so they're gonna be out burning a lot of energy and not get anything in return for all that energy. So I'll mark that hive to maybe to keep a closer check on, and I'll come back in a week or so and see how that hive is doing. On to the next hive. Oh, this hive is heavy. So this hive has a descendant of one of our original queens that we started with. We call those bees the Happy Holly Queens, and they have done well. I don't know if you guys can see that down in there. Got lots of pretty bees in there. Perfect. So before I open it, let me feel. Ooh, this is really light. Okay, they actually have sugar on this hive, so let me show you what that looks like. So I do what's called mountain camp feeding. So I put down a layer of newspaper, I put down the shim, and then I put down just 4 pounds of just dry sugar. The condensation in the hive will help the it hardens up. There are bees in this hive because I can see them coming up through this newspaper. So in the winter, the bees will cluster in the top of the hive, and as they need that sugar, they can just chew through that newspaper and eat the sugar. So that is a very good indication that there are bees in this hive for sure. I'm gonna take a little peek under here if I can. Oh yeah, we got bees in there, definitely. So this is another hive that I'll just keep a close check on and make sure that they don't need any extra food as we're coming out of winter before things really start to bloom. Okay, let's see, I got condensation on top, which is what we want to see. Oh yeah, there are the bees. Beautiful. That looks like maybe 5 frames of bees or 6. Perfect. That's exactly what we want to see. Right. So the original swarm, or the original bees that were in this box came from my in-laws house, and I named that queen Audrey, and she was not nice, so I re-queened Audrey, and they are very nice bees. They got their little tails up today. They're saying no thank you, but all kinds of bees in that one too. Perfect. So all right, so far so good. We're gonna go to the next row of bees and see what we got. So these couple hives are in the shade right now, so these bees probably aren't flying quite as much. Oh yeah, we've got bees. I see them. All right. Uh-oh. No bees in this hive, it looks like. So this one, maybe. Let's see. I just have some visitors in this hive, which will happen. No, there are the bees. Perfect. So they've not moved up to this top box yet, so that's fantastic. That box, this box should still have food in it. Then let's see. Yeah, we've got all kinds of honey still on this one, and you can see the bees are not happy with me. I'll put you back. All right, get back in there. Sorry. Just had to look. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, these bees didn't get insulation. I ran out right here. You can see it did not hurt them any. There they are. All right, perfect. He did not build out the way I had anticipated before it got cold, so I pushed them back down to a 7 frame, and they've also got some sugar in here. So this is an apame hive. Those apame hives come with feeders that you can feed either liquid or like candy or sugar. So that's what I've got in there right now. Got a spider. I don't really like that. It happens though. Oh yeah, all kinds of bees in here. Perfect. They don't like it, but there they are. All right, girls, get back in there. So this is an apame hive. It was a little light going into fall, so I put, thanks for that, got a bee in my glove, should be back out. No snacking on me today. So This apame was a little bit light, so I put them a medium that had some honey frames in it. So let's see if that worked. It did. There they are. Nobody's happy to see me today. They've all got their tails up. Stay away, girl. Okay. I'm gonna put the rock back on this one. All right, so this is a hive I combined at one point. Oh yeah, they're nice. Well, a lot of bees, I won't say nice. They don't look too upset with me today. Oh yeah, a lot of bees in that box. Perfect. So far, so good, guys. Let me see this box. Yes. God, itching in the bee yard is the worst. All right, this hive has sugar on it, and it has bees in it. So I'm just gonna. My shim is coming off. There we go. Oh, now the lid's coming off. The inner cover. All right, there we go. Let's see what's happening. Yeah. So you can see on this one, there are some bees starting to come up through this newspaper and get into the sugar. So this was another hive that was light coming out of fall, and I just wanted to give them a little bit of extra in case they needed it, and it looks like they're going to take advantage of it now. So that's a good thing. So this one also has bees in it, it looks like. Oh yeah. Hello, girls. Perfect. Love it. All right. We got bees on this hive. They don't look happy. And they've really got that glued down, so I'm actually not going to take that off because they look like they've done a really great job at that. I'm going to leave that until a day when I'm actually going to inspect the hive. So all these frames will fit in all those other boxes we looked at. This is just, it'll hold 30 frames, so they just go, this is 10, 20, 30, so it just goes horizontally instead of stacking vertically. So let's see if there are bees in here. Yep, there are. It's like a fun game show, like what's behind door number 2. There are bees behind there. Perfect. 19 of the hives at the first yard were still alive, so let's see what we've got at the second yard. Now this is the hive the other day. It was warmer out and they had a lot of bees flying, and this hive had a lot of activity, so I'm not sure if there are still bees in here or if they were being robbed that day, but they've got more bees flying today. So I put sugar on this hive, so I might have to kind of look in between these two boxes. Let's see. Okay, so far nothing there, so I'm going to look between these two boxes. And so the cluster is not there. Let's see what's in there. So we've got some friends just come to see what they can find. So this is all empty now. All right, which is what we would expect. Now, I'd like to find the bees, the cluster, and see if we can tell what may have happened to them. So, let's see, are there bees in this box? It kind of doesn't look like it. Okay, they're not on that side. I'm not sure where the bees are. Usually when bees die in winter, there. You can find frames that still have dead bees on them. So, oh yeah, these bees were just like, there were no bees left. Basically, let's see. So this is what it looks like. Now you see live bees, but they're bees from other hives that have come to see what they can find. So these bees look like they probably got wet and also may have starved, which I don't know. Typically if they starve, so you can see what that looks like. If they starve, they typically are head down in the cells, and they're not, well, yeah. So I will have to move this hive out, which it doesn't look like there's anything left in it. But if you have this happen and you have, still have a lot of honey or something in your hive, you'll want to take it out. It's not great. I've got a bunch of sugar laying up here. Yeah, it almost looks like they got wet. They probably also starved. So it's probably a little combo for them. So, unfortunate, but I kind of anticipated that on that hive because they were pretty light going into winter. So, I'll just put all that back. So, overwintering hives is... you typically lose a few hives through the winter. It's just a part of bees. Just is what it is. So I'm going to just put this all back down here, close the lid back up, and I'll come back and pick this all up. So I'll have that equipment to use then. See what this box has going on. That's why it's deceptive when you go out and look at your hives. So there's really weird. And you see a lot of activity coming in and out of your hives. That doesn't guarantee that you've got live bees. Like this hive right here. Let's see. All right, so we've got live bees in this hive for sure. So let me go around and see how heavy those are. It doesn't look like a ton of bees. Okay. So let's see what's happening here. Oh yeah, we just got a lot of bees in this one. They look good. All right. The next hive over had to have some extra food, so it looks like I put an extra super on them. They've got some activity. That hive entrance is actually pointed toward me. So let's see if the Stella bees live. So they had sugar on, and they've not accessed that sugar just yet. So I'm going to crack the box here between and see. Yep, and I see bees in between there. So I'm just going to leave them alone. So that's great and surprising to me really, because I didn't really anticipate them to make it. They didn't really have a lot of stores coming out of the fall, so that's great. All right, let's see how heavy this one is. This box is really heavy still, so that means they should still have a lot of stores left in there. This is what happens when you run out of inner covers. You use a piece of little plywood stuff. All right, let's peel it back and see. Oh yeah, all kinds of bees in there. It's a warmer day, so, and you can tell it's a warmer day because they're spread out throughout the hive a little more. When it's really cold, they're going to cluster together and use that to stay warm. All right, so we've got our apame coming up next. So that's just like a breed coming up next. The apame has carnelians in it, so that's just like a breed of bee. We have a friend in Corbin we like to buy carnelians from, and his bees are always super nice. So I see a lot of activity in the front of this hive. It's back here. So let's see if we've got live bees in our carnies. Oh yes. All right, I'm showing this for David because David loves the apames and the carnies. So there it is. That is a nice hive coming out of winter. It's a lot of bees. So carnelians, the majority of the bees that we have are Italian hybrids, so crossed with some. That's a bunch of bees. So it's Italians for the most part, and they typically have a bigger brood nest in the winter, and carnelians typically overwinter with fewer bees, but they build up sooner in the spring, and they work, they'll get out of the hive when it's a little cooler. So it's just 5 frames, and I think this nuke has sugar on it. No, it does not. Okay. So let's see what's happening. They're alive. This is the first year I've overwintered in a nuke box like this, so you can see we've still got plenty of bees. All right, that looks good. I'll just keep a check on them and make sure that they've got enough food. I've got some extra frames in my freezer, some frames of honey. We need to trade them a frame of honey for an empty frame. We can do that as we get on into March. Last hive in this row. All right. Yep, we got a lot of bees in that hive. Okay, it's hard to see. You guys are kind of in the shade there. Okay, so we have 2 more hives right here behind me. Let's see what happens here. I must have put sugar on this because it's a big rock for a little bot. I must have thought that lid didn't like it going on there all the way. No sugar on these. All right, they're just living on their own. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, those look great. A little spicy with me. Okay, I'll push that. Okay, so I just really wanted them to have a big rock apparently. Great. All right, you can see any bees. Oh yeah, there's bees. Ants love the beehive. Yep, so they are eating the sugar that I put on there, so I'll just keep a close check on that. And if we need to give them a little refill on that, we can do that. Alright, that's exciting. It's the first time overwintering nukes in that size. So our last hive here is going to be the other horizontal. So there's a look at it from the side. We've got a lot of bees coming in and out of it, so we should have some bees in there. Let's see what happens. These hives are super easy to work because you don't have to do all the stacking and unstacking that you do on the hives that the more traditional hives. So yeah, we've got bees in there. All right, perfect. So 29 out of 30 is excellent. I'm super happy with that. So we'll just keep a check on them through the spring here, the next month or so, until something starts to bloom.